wants to see real people on magazine covers? All right, so this is interesting because first there's been some statements made by the editor of UK Vogue. Okay, her name is Alexandra Shulman. And then the Frisky.com, we reported a lot on the Frisky, and Jessica Wakeman, she had her take on what the statements were by Alexandra. So let me read what Alexandra told the UK's Telegraph. She said, quote, people always say, why do you have thin models on the cover of Vogue? She says, that's not what, or people say, that's not what people look like. And then she says, but nobody really wants to see a real person looking like a real person on the cover of Vogue. I think Vogue is a magazine that's about fantasy to some extent and dreams and an escape from real life. People don't want to buy a magazine like Vogue to see what they see when they look in the mirror. They can do that for free. I want to talk about also Jessica Frisky's response to that, but I think we'll talk about that after the 5 words. So 5 words or less.
Go rogue, Vogue.
Kate Moss, your mom, Kate Moss, Rebel Wilson.
I hate everyday people.
Whoa.
Because they're gross. Spring break.
Okay. For real though, Vogue's right. And I don't mean to come from like a bad stance, because I'm not, they said, and we said in the beginning, all magazine covers. That's not what we're talking about. That's not what she's talking about. She's talking about Vogue. Vogue is like the Bible for fashion enthusiasts. If this was O Magazine or Martha Stewart Living or even like a Marie Claire, I get it. But for Vogue, they're not about real people. Sorry, they're just not.
Here's my response
Okay.
to your response.
Okay.
Is that without photoshopping, the kind of people who will be on the cover of Vogue are already hotter than me. So why do they have to Photoshop on top of that to make them super duper hot?
But this isn't even an issue of Photoshop. We can talk about that because I agree with you there. This is just the issue of a lot of the people that follow Vogue also follow the high-end fashion models. So they love when they see, you know, a Kate Moss on the cover. They love when they see a Beyonce on the cover because that's their world. That's their consumer.
Plus, real people wouldn't wear those clothes anyway.
Exactly.
Because they're horrible.
And it wouldn't be Vogue. If it was a different magazine, it would make sense.
It's a fantasy. And you look at Vogue, it's like this other world that we don't live in, but it's cool to just look at it. I'll go buy a Cosmo if I want to learn how to get flat abs or find some tea to clear my skin. Yeah, or take a quiz to find out what Twilight character I am or how...
Bread Ehrlich.
Yeah, you know, like those are the magazines that we relate to. So I feel like one should be the fantasy thing.
Right.
It's cool.
I could see like a Cosmo even putting like a real girl on the cover and then saying why they put her on the cover. Who they put?
Demi Lovato.
You have history there. There's so much history there. Wish you guys knew what I knew. Okay, so let's talk about what the Frisky.com's Jessica Wakeman said. So Jessica said, quote, if editors like Alexandra Shulman seriously think women like me want to aspire to look like those women, like knowing as full well as I do that it's never going to happen, then they are hugely complicit, perpetuating the negative body images of so many women in the Western world. I can appreciate that Shulman was being honest about how the business of fashion magazines may think, but as a woman and a consumer, I think she's totally wrong.
I disagree with that.
I do too.
I don't aspire to be those women in Vogue or any of those fashion magazines at all.
Yeah.
Like I'm totally fine with who I am. My favorite thing is when magazines have like, what are women on the street wearing? And then they take pictures of like people that they spot and they're like, hey, can I take a picture of your outfit? We'll put you in Cosmo or whatever. And it's just like normal people that aren't models, that are just career women, busy on the street career women, and they look amazing. Yeah. And that's what I want to look like, because that's what my body looks like.
What do you think about Jessica Wakeman's response?
I think that, yes, she is right that the decisions that Vogue makes perpetuate negative body image issues with women, perpetuate this unattainable ideal. Right?
I totally agree with you.
Now, you're saying that who gives an F?
Well, here's the thing.
Because
with
there's
Vogue,
a place for that.
That's Vogue. I'm not saying it's right at all, but I understand that the people that buy Vogue, they're perpetuating that as well because that's what they're, it's probably a hybrid of both.
I believe in like this constant dialectic where these people this is the fight that has to rage so that it doesn't go too far off the other end.
Here's the thing. I think magazines should be able to put out whatever they want to put out. I think if we want to fix this, then we raise our children to not worship those types of things. Like, put a book in front of your child, reward your child for reading and creating this image.
There aren't even pictures of books. Problem solved.
Okay, really quickly, I think that it's a hybrid. I think that it's a blend of definitely do I think magazines should have a responsibility. Like, for instance, when we talked about, or I guess we talked about on Dr. Drew with the photoshopped girl with the thigh gap. It was so photoshopped. It was so irresponsible to put that out there to young girls thinking that that is what they need to attain. So I agree 100% that there is a responsibility. I also think that parents need to instill in their children what really matters. However, and I'm not saying Vogue is different, but they do have a different audience and consumer that are looking specifically to look at fashion as opposed to like a Cosmo or a Marie Claire, where I do think a real woman would be very beneficial. Yes. And the Vogue audience isn't even really young girls. It isn't. No. The demographic is older women who use that as a Bible to follow the fashion industry. So I think a better argument would have been a Marie Claire or a Cosmo or a 17 magazine, not Vogue. That's where, point, but I do love that Jessica Wakeman from thefrisky.com is taking that stance. Yeah. I do think that there needs to be some dialogue, and I applaud her for doing so, but I just think that Vogue is not the right argument.
Yeah, you don't buy Vogue to relate.
Yeah. No, you don't, unfortunately. Yeah. Okay, so
I buy Vogue for the articles.
I buy it to cry.
What do you guys think about Vogue magazine, and what do you guys think about Jessica Wakeman's take from thefrisky.com? Please let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you all next time on Pop Trigger.